Welcome to this video introduction to RevConnect, the patient engagement solution embedded within RevolutionEHR. RevConnect allows for automatic and manually created text and email messages to be sent to your patients. These messages generally fall into one of 6 areas: appointment reminders, recall reminders, recare reminders, RevConnect campaigns, order status updates, and birthday greetings. Now, one of the many great things about RevConnect is its simplicity, and a big part of that simplicity is the fact that everything that you need is right here within RevolutionEHR. You don't need to log into a different website to create or monitor the communications you're sending. Instead, with RevConnect, you can see that anything that you need related to that system can be found right here through the header, specifically the RevConnect icon. You can see the dashboard and campaigns. If we enter the RevConnect dashboard, you'll see that there are 3 tabs running along the top part of the screen. One says RevConnect, one says Not Eligible, and one says Settings. On the RevConnect tab, we'll get a summary of the last 30 days, and you'll see up here in the advanced settings that I have the ability to narrow this search down to whatever I would like, to whatever would match the goals of what I'm seeking. So as an example, I could look at an individual patient and look for appointment reminders sent just to that patient. Further, I could say, show me just those appointment reminders that were sent through email. So lots of different configuration options up top. Beneath that, you're going to see that there are 4 what we would call buckets: appointment reminders, recall reminders, recare reminders, and then order status notifications. Within each, you'll see that there are performance metrics that give me a sense of how well the system is working for me in these areas. In the appointment reminders, for example, I can see that 25 messages have been sent. There are 11 appointments. 2 of those have checked in, resulting in an 18% success rate. Recare, by the way, is a way to notify patients that are due for an exam but don't have an appointment set up and also don't have a recall set in the system. So in another way of thinking, Recare is about ensuring patients do not fall through the scheduling cracks. And when that works alongside appointment and recall reminders, it's going to help keep your schedule full. Now, beneath that, you'll see the date that certain messages were sent, the time, the patient, the category, so was it an appointment reminder, recall reminder, or so on, the method, text or email, the source, meaning was it manually sent or did RevConnect send it at the specified setting timings, and then the status and results. Now, we also talked about the Not Eligible tab a second ago. If I select Not Eligible, it will show me the patients who were due for a specific type of reminder, but the system was prohibited from sending one to them based on either the lack of email address, lack of cell phone number, or just a communication preference that the patient said they don't want to receive those sorts of messages. Over to the far right, you can see settings, and going back to the simplicity idea in the beginning, everything that I need to configure the settings for RevConnect and those messages that are sent out is right here. You can see that I have a number of recommended settings from RevolutionEHR set up in my environment. If I didn't want to use these recommended settings, I could toggle this to off. And for example, I can see that appointment reminders are going to be sent 1 day and 5 days in advance of a patient visit. Well, if I wanted another one to be sent 1 hour in advance, I could simply select to add a reminder and then choose 1 hour. And I could save that. That's how easy it is for me to set this system the way that I would like it to work for my practice. I could also toggle any of these off that I don't want to use. For example, in this scenario, I'm saying I don't want the system to send birthday reminders to my patients. Over to the right, you can see I can customize the hours that these messages are sent. I can have messages sent out during the office hours of my practice, or I could manually set the hours. And there you can see I could specify the start and end time that messages would be sent out. I can customize whether I want messages to be sent on the weekends or not. Beneath that, you can see I have templates that I can adjust for my email and text messages. So for a recall reminder, for example, if I choose to edit the email, you'll see there's certain default text here. If I didn't like any of it, I have the ability to edit it and then even send a test message to myself. So we mentioned RevConnect campaigns. I'd like to jump into that part of RevConnect as well to quickly highlight its capabilities. And you'll see a very similar appearance to what we just saw with the text and email-based communications of RevConnect. You can see a dashboard here that's showing search results for the time period that I've specified. I can see that there have been 3 historical campaigns sent. I can see their names. I can see the recipient or the intended list of patients that the campaign was sent to. I can see the subject of those campaigns. I can see the date and time that it was sent. And then I can see performance metrics surrounding that campaign. I can see open rates, opt-out rates, undeliverable, and not eligible. Now, the intent here obviously is to give me a quick overview of how these are doing and how patients responded to them. So I can see as an example that my dry eye seminar, 81.8% of the patients that I sent this to opened it, whereas my fall office hours message only 25%. So the question there would be, what was different in my messaging, or is the topic just resonating a whole lot better with my patients, the dry eye topic? If I wanted to see the patients that open this message, I can simply select that metric and it will show me the names of those patients. Similarly, if I want to see those who received the message and opened it but decided to opt out, I can get that there. I can also look at details, so I can see the body of the message that I sent out. So very convenient to have those capabilities right off the dashboard. Now to create a new campaign, I simply use the plus button in the upper right. Then you'll see it looks very much like a standard email editor. I have this message composition window in the middle. Over to the left is where I would configure the details. So if I wanted to send a 2020, let's say winter office hours update, right, I give it a title, and then I would select the list of patients that I would like to receive this message. We talked before about the power of this module being built directly on top of the reports module of RevolutionEHR, and that gives us a lot more capabilities than I would have through an external type of communication system. As an example, if a new contact lens came out on the market that was designed just for patients with high prescriptions, I could define that criteria and then create a campaign that was going to target just those patients rather than having the message go out to all my patients, most of whom the message might not even apply to. Okay, so it gives me a better shot of reaching just those patients that I would like to reach. So in this example, we're doing a winter office hours update. That would apply to all my active patients. From there, I can simply compose my message, or I can choose to use one of the RevolutionEHR provided templates. In this example, I'm going to use an office hours template. I will select, and then you'll see the body of the message is populated for me. There are certain placeholders in here that I could update. I could also update this table to reflect the hours in my practice. I can preview what that message would look like. I could even send it to a test email address and see what that looks like in a standard email client. Once I have the messaging the way I would like it, I have 3 options. I could save it as a draft. Maybe I'm not ready to send it right now or schedule it. I'll save it as a draft and come back to it later. I could send it right away, or I could schedule it to be sent at some point in the future. Now, if I choose to schedule it, you'll see that I can set the date and time. So let's say I want to send it out on November 3rd at 8 a.m. When I select schedule, you'll see that it is added to the dashboard here in RevConnect campaigns. There's obviously no metrics associated with it because it is still a scheduled campaign. So that's a quick summary of RevConnect. If you'd like to learn more or see a live demonstration, please feel free to complete the Contact Us form on this page, and one of our experts will be in touch as soon as possible to learn more about you, your practice, and how RevConnect can help you.